What is up, YouTube family and people that are subscribing? Hello to you, people who are just viewing me. I'm Brittany Chanel. Okay, so I just did a video of Tabitha Taylor, the former wife of David Taylor, who was he's a self-proclaimed apostle and everything like that, and he has his face-to-face ministry. I told y'all a little bit about that. Well, the daughter of David Taylor and Tabitha Taylor is speaking out. She spoke out on Facebook, and she had a lot of allegations in some of these posts. I just want to give commentary on some of these allegations because I was like, wow. I really wanted to take my time with this because I wanted to be very serious when I recorded this video, because the lives of so many people have been affected by this whole situation, and I just wanted to get you all's thoughts on this. So I'm going to get into my commentary, and I hope you all enjoy this video. If you like videos like this, definitely thumbs up. Please let me know down below how you all feel about this situation. Do you know somebody who was affected by this? I just want to just open a forum of discussion because this is a serious situation that happens in ministry so much, and it's oftentimes people make jokes about it, it's overlooked or it's hushed. So I just want y'all to feel comfortable discussing this on here. Let's get into the commentary. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Brittany Chanel. So, like I was just telling you all, the daughter of Tabitha Taylor, the former wife of David E. Taylor, the guy that he gave the 2014 false prediction of the Super Bowl. He was in a deposition where a man and a wife were going, at it over some things because the wife donated some money to the face-to-face, his ministry. Okay. His former wife, she's been speaking out on her Real Talk with Tabitha on her Facebook. And what I want to say to you all, this is a very serious situation, okay? I know a lot of people, like to laugh and kiki, but this has really affected the lives of so many people. I don't even know, maybe even thousands, She said, she met him or got with him, maybe married him in 1996. But from 1996 to now, maybe even before then, if this was going on with some of these allegations, that could be the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. This is a serious situation, folks. And a lot of people, people begin to victim bash people. Like, why is this person coming out now? Who the sun sets free is free indeed. When people are on God's time and they're going through a healing process, who are we to say when it's a good time to decide to talk about their healing or, what they feel comfortable talking about, because it's been a lot of messiness concerning this. That's why I don't really get into the gossip. I just get into what the actual facts are of the situation. And I believe this lady Tabitha. I have seen, messages and, him calling people via text, sorry, tell Negroes, and, this abusive behavior, and, people just being just straight deceived because they think that they're dealing with, a man of God. You know what I mean? So people tend to, get into situations that they may not have otherwise gotten into because, people use God's name as an American Express card because they know that name is accepted everywhere. People, oh, it must be good because it's, like she said, they're seeing the signs and the wonders. But it was interesting here is that the son was, wanting to expose the mother. The mother said, I feel for my son, keep him in prayer because he's doing this stuff on the behalf of the father. But what also is interesting is that the daughter has spoken out. And let me just read some of the things that she has spoken out and said via Facebook. So this first post, and this was by Destiny Taylor, she put it out November 5th at 11:17 p.m. So the abuse. First, let's state all the types of abuse that was used. Physical, verbal, and mental. Physical. I remember when I was younger, my mom and David had gotten into a huge argument when we were living in Victorian Village. This did not happen in 2008 Victory Way Lane apartment. It happened in the apartment down the street before we left and came back to live in the 2008 apartment. I heard David yelling at my mom and me being worried for her and nosy. I went out of the room. Me and my brother was sharing at the time to see what was going on. The door was cracked open, so I opened it a little more and I peeked through. I saw my mom up against the wall and David, my mom is shorter than David, hovering over her, yelling in her face and pointing at her. His back was turned towards me so he couldn't see me, and my mom was looking down, cowering, so she couldn't see me. He then proceeded to yell at her, and he said the last word, he moved his hand to slap her in the face. When that happened, I ran back to my room and closed our door. When I got back to the room, Josh asked me, and she's talking about her brother Joshua Taylor, why did I go do that? I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell him what I saw. I didn't tell anybody what happened that day. I didn't tell my mom about that day until he lied and looked me and Josh in our eyes and said he never touched her. I would never lie about something like this. 100. No matter how much I hate him, physical abuse is not okay and is a serious legal matter. And it's something you just don't lie about. I've seen David physically assault his staff, male and female, whenever they did something wrong that to the point that made him mad. I have numerously seen him slap Cliff Ware, Daniel, Marcy, Andrea, old staff members, and new upside their head. Ooh, I've seen him get in their personal space and poke them in the head repeatedly while other staff watched and said nothing. Grown people standing around allowing one man to put his hands on women as if it's okay in God's will. Did God slap his disciples upside their head? Verbal. You constantly verbally abused your children, ex-wife, and your old and new staff by using the words, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you crazy? You're going to die. Oh, you're going to hell. Are you slow? And other insults for hours. So she goes on to say mental. You would sit me and Josh down in your room for hours at a time on school nights, and you constantly say our mother is going to die and go to hell for leaving you. You then changed it to God was going to punish her for talking against you. You would say that if we decided to stay with our mother, that we was going against God and you. You would ask us if we wanted to go to hell or heaven, and we would answer heaven. You would sit there and act like you were so hurt that she left you, and that all you was trying to do was help her. You tried to manipulate us into thinking that our mother was one that was wrong, and that she was completely against God because she left. You would have your staff, Cliff Ware and Michelle Brandon and others, to also tell us how wrong our mother was and how she would go to hell if she didn't change. You repeatedly told us these things over and over again to the point that I would jump up in the middle of the night with tears in my eyes every time I heard an ambulance, worried that it was her in the truck. What made it worse though was that you took our phone so we couldn't contact her while we was with you at times. So wasn't able to make sure she was okay. Excuse me, y'all, because I'm trying to read. Like when people sometimes do posts, they be, not only did you mentally and emotionally abuse your children, but also your ex-wife. For the longest, she wouldn't tell us why you would say these negative things about her. She wouldn't tell us anything but to listen to you and to respect you because you was our father. She didn't speak out towards you at all, just for the simple fact that all she wanted to do was get away from you in your narcissistic ways. This is like a wow. This is saying a lot, just on this one post. This is sad that this young girl is saying that she gives an account of, her mom cowering, in a corner, and he towering over, the mother. And, I have no firsthand knowledge of, any of the situations that she personally named. But I have seen aggressive tactics via text message where he was calling people sorry tail niggas that were not in compliance with things that he had going, or commands. So anyway, this is just sad. The people in the comments on this particular post are encouraging her, and I just, please keep her in your prayers, y'all. But this next post, I'm going to get ready to read the next post because I really want y'all to know how serious this is. So this next post says, let's talk, Apostle Taylor. But first, let's take God and Christianity out the equation. Let's talk about this video you made your son do. How, as a father, can you sit there and have your flesh and blood leak private photos of his own mother? As a father, you put him in the middle of this situation like you have always done and made him sit there and degrade her to try and benefit you. How low can you be? As a man, how can you even allow something like that to even happen? Not only did you show how fake of a prophet you are, but how less of a man you actually are. 100. Y'all probably wondering how he even got the photos, right? After Joshua told David about the photos, David told Josh to send him the photos. And guess what? My spineless little brother did. He sent them to him illegally. This happened while I was in my junior or sophomore year in high school. I am currently in my junior year of college. That's over 3 years ago. Why do your sick A still have them photos? And why did you ask your son to send pictures of his mom to you? Now, who's really bitter and spiteful? And to come to think of it, guess who's finna have a case on their hands? Bet you wish you would have minded your business now, huh? Now let's put God back in this. Did God tell you to keep them photos all them years? Surely, y'all, it's not funny, but surely he must have put it in your heart to keep them photos just in case my mother got out of line, right? He must have also told you recently that it's okay to illegally post private pictures of her for the world to see, to teach her a lesson about telling her testimony, or shall I say speaking out against you, so claim it be. Think about it. Really think about it. How godly is that? You claim to be Jesus' friend, but whenever it comes down to represent him, when it matters, you make a fool out of him every time. 100. Do you realize as much as you bring in souls, you also lead twice as much away by your actions? Next time you should probably think about WWJD. That's what would Jesus do. Disclaimer, I apologize for my language. I know you didn't want me to say anything, but enough is enough. I'm not going to keep sitting around while he degrades you, right way or wrong way. I have had enough of him. 100. Now, this is a lot for somebody's daughter to be saying, like that they tired of you. And also, you know, she makes the point of, if you are truly a man of God, or if you are truly an apostle, a prophet, you know, God's elect, Jesus' friend, I'm sure Jesus is not going to tell you to instruct your son or have your son in a video, you know, participating in felonious activity, to put out pictures that he admitted that he got from the mother's computer out because she's saying things that are not favorable to you. I mean, it's just, I don't see the godliness in any of this whole situation. It's just getting, I mean, crazy, y'all. It's getting crazy. So there's another post, y'all. There was another post. Okay, so this is the next post. Accusations about cheating. How dare you, David E. Taylor, open your mouth about anybody having sex or about a baby out of wedlock when you will stick your penis in anything that moves? Honey, that first sentence was a read. Ooh. And when you got a son that's around my age, I'm 21, in Washington, D.C. by an old staff member named Monica, and apparently you got another one out here too. Did you send that one away too? You was talking 15 to 20 years ago in the video. How about now? I know for a fact when I was still there, you was having sex with Michelle Brannon just by the simple fact on how y'all would touch each other, how y'all would eat off of each other and feed each other, how she would look at you, how she followed you like a lost puppy. And judging by the fact of how jealous Marcy was when Michelle Brannon first joined the ministry, you was laying with her too. Matter of fact, I remember we had a staff meeting at Marcy house, and you was getting on the staff, and you had put Michelle in charge of all of them. Marcy didn't really like that. Her exact words were, "I don't understand how she can have so much power when she just got here." Well, the power of is a powerful thing, but wait, there's more. Remember when you brought that lady around, you was dating, you was boasting about how she was Latina and Puerto Rican and how sexy she was and how you liked her feet? You even brought her to Memphis to meet your parents. It's okay for you to date and Netflix and chill, but if my mother dates and do what she do, then it's against God's will and she's sinning. You and your son is full of ish. Y'all always talk about backsliding, but neither one of y'all wants to talk about how y'all be sliding in and out of hotel rooms at night. SMH, Josh, you was about to have a baby at 15, 16 years old, and you got the nerve to sit on a high horse and degrade the only person who would do anything for you till this day. Question mark. This is so, hunty, this is so crazy. I mean, this is a serious situation. I just want to know y'all's thoughts about this whole situation, because this is serious. So many lives have been affected by this. And it's sad. Okay, y'all, just to make this point before I go, because I'm closing out the video. In the deposition, there was mention of child abuse claims with David and Destiny Taylor. I think she was beat with a belt, and there were some type of CPS claims with that, to where I believe this is why Tabitha Taylor said that he does not have a relationship with Destiny Taylor because of that. So there are some claims of abuse when it does come to him. And this child situation, I think that's also mentioned in the deposition as well, that he had out of wedlock. It was mentioned in the deposition as well. I will put a link to the depositions in the description box below. Please keep this family, y'all. in your prayers, because this is ridiculous. This has affected the lives of so many people. I mean, I know so many people that this has been that have been affected by this. There's people coming out to me daily on my video, saying that I know of this pastor. I know, I've been in the ministry, and I think that it's admirable that Tabitha is using her platform and her experience to help pull people out that are in the trenches and that may be going through a similar situation. Maybe it's a woman in another ministry, or maybe even this ministry, that is dealing with a pastor, or even young men that may be dealing with a pastor that is predatory in some type of way. I think we need more people speaking out about this sort of stuff so that we can uplift people instead of victim bashing them. We want them to be victors, and to survive a situation that is like this. You have to, you have to be a strong person. And God, I definitely believe, gives people strength, even going through these trials and tribulations like this. Because I mean, y'all, this is serious. I mean, the claims of abuse, the claims of just, the abuse, physical, verbally, and mentally, these people have been through a lot. I can't even really imagine how many people have suffered at the hands of this. And I'm just going to keep these people in my prayers. Please, you all, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely hit the notification bell and go and post notifications and hit all videos so that you don't miss not a moment of videos regarding this. I'm going to be following this situation very closely. And also, just looking at other people's videos that have put out information on this topic. Okay, it's Brittany Chanel. I wish that you all be blessed and have a blessed day, and I'll be back with more views on the news.